So what you're doing is important, what you two are doing. Telling people stories, because sometimes you don't even have it as bad as the people you can hear what they've been through. And that's where that inspiration comes from, where you're like, man, I always got inspiration learning about stories of war, how people survived. And when you hear these stories and they're real, you're like, hey, man, if they could get through it, I can too. And that's the beauty of storytelling and podcasting and sharing information and sharing, because these are lessons that unfortunately, sooner or later, everyone gets hit. And everyone to themselves, their problems seem like the end of the world. And that's the truth, because to you, it's your problem, right? Like, I can never understand how you're feeling. You might tell me, hey, I'm sad. Some people take their lives for a lot less than what I've been through. So if I can be inspiration, and that's what kept me going, but like, as I mentioned earlier, doing the show, never had an intention of thinking I'm going to be famous or make money from it or any of that stuff. And I get an email from a lady who said she was, she didn't take her life because of one of my episodes. And then I was like, okay, I'm never stopping. So that was the beginning. That's what kept me going. There was no recognition, no money. Everything that could go wrong was going wrong. Everyone was calling me stupid, including my own family. And that's the next lessons, right? Everyone has a gift. I always knew I had the gift to speak and to move people, but I was doing it on a smaller basis, just every day trying to like lift people up. Deciding to grab a microphone and get in front of the camera, I was able to reach way more people. So, if you listen to everyone else, you'll never do anything in life. And, asking everyone, it got to a point you can't ask anybody, should I do this? Either you feel, when you feel it, don't listen to, I can't tell you how many opportunities I missed in my life because, what do you think? I think you're a fucking idiot. Like, I don't know if you guys curse, but I don't know if you're don't ask anybody. If you feel it, if it's resonating in you, it's something that you truly love, you truly believe in, that's all it takes. I mean, but it's going to take time. And I'm proof of it. If you would have told me 5 years ago, you're going to be able to call Rachel Ray, go hang out, like meet all these amazing people and impact millions of lives and get fan mail from all over the world. And I would have laughed. So that is the art of the comeback, never giving up, never surrendering. We're all going to die anyway. Might as well go out fighting. Might as well go out kicking and screaming. You're going to die anyway. Do something with your life. If you're not making someone else's life better, or your life or the world just a little bit better, what the fuck are you doing here? I don't understand these billionaires that have billion. I mean, I guess it makes sense why most of them are evil. I guess they get so bored because they can go everywhere. I mean, man, if I only had what they had, how many people I would help. To me, it's sick.
Who do you think is the most evil billionaire?
I don't know, brother. Listen, if they're interfering with food and this and that, to me, I don't know if there's any good ones. Let's start there. I don't know if there's any good ones. To me, I'm not a big fan of AI and where that all I believe it goes and what it means for the world.
Where do you think it's going to go?
I believe a crypto technocracy, completely enslaved to the system. How much meat you can buy, where you can travel. I think that and let's see how this ages, but I think if young people understood how crypto will be used in the future, my hunch, my belief, my gut, they're building their future prison without even knowing it.
How do you think they're going to build it? Like, what are they planning on doing?
The infrastructure, you put in all the AI systems, social credit type systems, similar to China, but on a global level, under the guise of security. And that's it. But look how they control us on social media. I'm a true advocate for free speech. Listen, people say a lot of hateful things. I get death threats all the time. And meanwhile, imagine I'm a moderate trying to bring people together. Because who could tell a better story? A white Muslim whose family was a part of the efforts of saving Jews during the Holocaust, survived 9/11, lost his family, massacred by Christians, right? Look at the dynamic there. And yet, no hatred, no bitterness. Don't point to an entire group or race and say they're all evil. Even now, in this time that is so polarized. Where do I think it'll go? I think that's where it's going, brother. I think that, you tell me how we're going to keep printing this money. I believe it's at the point where they know they're going to purposely collapse the system because I don't see how they're going to ever pay down that debt.
It's never been a plan to pay it down.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Balancing it out so it's not increasing anymore is like the only goal right now.
I think the goal is crypto, fiats. I wish we're on a gold standard. I mean, look at inflation, brother. What else you want to know? Go to the supermarket and tell me how we're all doing because I don't know anyone doing well right now except people at the top. The average American's hurting. You know,
But even if they redistribute the wealth, there's been studies in the past where if you take everyone's wealth and you redistribute it
I
across
don't
the
like that
globe,
either. I'm not a
no, if
communist.
you do that, within 6 months, the wealthy are going to be
Still
wealthy
goes back up.
again, and the poor are going to be poor again because it's just bad spending habits and lack of financial knowledge.
I agree. Financial literacy is important. I made many mistakes there too as a young man, making always come in, always be good, and you don't understand these things when you're younger. Financial literacy is a problem, I think, in our country.
How do you think AI is going to affect us in a negative way?
Basically, what I said. I believe that if it goes the wrong way, I mean, listen.
What's your version of the wrong way? Because I have my.
You've heard it. I mean, even Elon Musk said, right? The biggest threat. There's all these people, these big tech guys. They've all, like speaking of Albanians, right? What's her name? Mira.
I was going to say Dua Lipa, but
Well, her too. Her dad follows me. But Mira, she was the one that walked away from ChatGPT.
okay.
They offered her $1 billion. She said no. Supposedly it's because of what she's feeling, or she knows something we don't know. I don't know. Marathi is her last name. She's
Okay.
like huge in the AI world, and they all tried to bring her on board, and she turned down over $1 billion, bro.
But we have no way of knowing when AGI and super intelligence kicks in. We have no idea what that's going to be like. I mean, that's the whole point.
I mean,
Because
there
it's
was
just
there
smarter
was
than us.
instances, if I'm not mistaken, even on X when they turned it on, it was spewing out anti-Semitic stuff. They had to turn it off. So,
Yeah.
I mean, this is
But
what I'm
that's
saying.
still
There's-
like the dumb version of AI.
Yeah.
It's still not.
But imagine when it gets to a whole other level.
But
right?
we can't. The whole point is when it gets to supercomputer, like right now it's general AI, then it goes to AGI, and then after that it goes to super
And no one
intelligence. And no one can know because that's the whole
It's
point.
unpredictable,
It's
yeah.
smarter than any human.
Imagine it's like, all right, wipe out, Skynet. I mean, that's the worst case scenario.
But why would it? Because if you look at us and monkeys, we're a lot smarter than monkeys, and we don't think like let's go kill all the monkeys. You know what I mean?
I hope they're nice like
No,
that.
but what I'm saying is like
we
AI,
seem to, yeah, but we kill everything else though. That's the problem. We kill.
I know, but we don't do
we
it
don't
for
kill the
fun.
monkey. We just wipe out their forest, so that none of them,
But they're still around. Like if
For now.
AI, if we're afraid AI is going to kill us all, we have to look at it like, why would it kill it? What benefit does
Yeah.
it get from killing us?
I mean, is that threat there? Yeah, but I'm more worried about free speech as someone whose people never had it for 2,000 years, as someone who has suffered persecution in this country, in my opinion.
How have you?
I was
suffered
thrown off
persecution?
of Clubhouse. I was one of the biggest oral moderators in the history of social apps, right? Today, that man's name is Mario Nafal, who I used to co-host a lot of rooms on Clubhouse with at the time. I was thrown off the app when I had over 40,000 people without having Elon Musk and all these people in my rooms, just from the spaces I was holding of free speech and open debate while the world was closed down. And all I did was have a space titled, "Will there be more lockdowns in the future?" And they felt that that was a threat and they threw me off the app just to talk about what could happen, what couldn't happen, warning people to be careful when they put something into themselves without knowing what the future benefits or risks are. I'm not anti-science. We were made to feel like assholes because we want to be cautious. I'll be honest with you, I don't feel bad for everybody. I can't tell me people I've met that have been injured from putting certain treatments into their arms under duress. We already saw how bad it can get without all of this being implemented in Palantir, which is, in my opinion, very scary. So,
What's scary about Palantir?
okay, well, it's going to scrub everything if it deems you a threat. Listen, for me, from the day September 11th happened, the Patriot Act is dangerous to democracy. If you're an American citizen, you have something called due process. If we can't protect this, even for people we allegedly think are an enemy or we hate, same thing with free speech. Look at Charlie Kirk. I didn't agree with a lot of what he had to say. A lot. He's painting a world faith. 2 billion people. Only 19% of Arabs are Muslim, right? 19% of that means the overwhelming majority of Muslims are not even Arab. Yet you're taking our entire faith, insulting multiple nationalities around the world, right? So I didn't agree with that. But I got backlash because I shed tears for him when he died. Even though this is a guy that's taking something that's brought me much peace in my life, helped me get through some of the darkest moments in my life. I don't come from a religious family at all. And Albanians are not really a religious people, very secular. Remember, communism pretty much wiped out faith. So to see people like that gaslighting 2 billion people, which I don't think is a smart move, period. And it wasn't the way he's saying it. I mean, like really racial stuff was coming out of his mouth, especially this last month. I was attacking him nonstop, debate-wise, challenging him to debates.